The giving of Dharma through art. Can one use art and design as a means to engage a multicultural audience with humanistic Buddhism? For almost a quarter of a century now, Venerable Master Xingyan, the founder of Fokwangshan, which is one of the world's largest and most prolific humanistic Buddhist order, had been writing calligraphy to practice the giving of Dharma. The Venerable Master has skillfully engaged multicultural viewers all over the world and inspired ethical and skillful means of Dharma promulgation through art and the applied arts. It all connects relevantly to humanistic Buddhism and the three aspects in the practice of generosity. These are: one, giving of wealth or material objects; two, giving of Buddha Dharma; and three, the giving of fearlessness. The second and the third aspects are the most excellent forms of generosity because not only do they allow one to improve good virtues, but they also grant one the aspiration to seek mental and spiritual transcendence. To quote Venerable Master Singyen, the greatest giving is when a word or a sentence of Dharma inspires faith in others. Inspiring faith in this artist designer is Venerable Master's calligraphy of the character for Chan, or more popularly known as Zen. Among the 84,000 teachings of Buddhism, Chan is the most enthusiastically studied and discussed in the world today. It is something that can neither be talked about nor completely expressed in words, for when language is used, one is no longer dealing with its essence. Chan is a Chinese transliteration of the Sanskrit term jhana, quiet contemplation. The Flower Sermon narrates that during an assembly at Vulture Peak, the Buddha picked up a flower and held it up to the assembly without uttering a word. The millions of heavenly and human beings gathered at the assembly did not understand what the Buddha meant except for Mahakasyapa, who smiled. Thus, the nonverbal transmission of Chan was directly transmitted from mind to mind. The mind-to-mind transmission initiated my interest in East Asian calligraphy, particularly when I first came across Venerable Master Xingyan's work at Cebu's Hokongsan Chun Temple in 2012. The dancing black ink brushed onto white paper was starkly beautiful. I was inspired by Venerable Master's art. Thus, when I chanced upon a teacher, I studied Japanese kanji calligraphy for 6 years. In 2016, while engaged in voluntary work as a costume designer for Siddhartha Musical, I visited the main art gallery of the Fokongsan Temple in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, surrounded by hundreds of Venerable Masters' one-stroke calligraphy. I was awestruck and overwhelmed with admiration. One particular artwork reinforced my determination to further engage in the Bodhisattva precept, which I had just taken at that time. The scroll with the characters of Skilful, practice the Buddha's way, revitalized the intention of attaining perfection and altruism in my mind. I made a vow to inspire others the same way that Venerable Master inspired me. Thus, I acquired Venerable Master's book on one-stroke calligraphy called Travel Like the Clouds and Water. I resolved to finish the fifth and final level of my studies and work diligently to put up an exhibit of my works at the end of that year. The exhibit was a success and was one of the most viewed in that art gallery. During the exhibit, the viewers would ask me the meaning of the characters and drawings. This allowed me to engage them with universal humanistic Buddhist values. For a fashion show in 2018, I designed a collection printed with the Zen koan and the Enso circle. This was again effective in engaging the buyers on humanistic Buddhist teachings of compassion and Buddha nature. In 2019, I opened yet another art exhibit called Ink Notions as a means of visually conveying impermanence, and interdependence. These engagements through art and design helped me to improve cultivation of moment to moment awareness of my own perceptive and responsive states of mind. I realize now that daily life and the practice of Buddhist precepts are not just means to enlightenment, but rather, as Dogen Senji declares, they are enlightenment in this world of sentient beings. Thank you.